I'm going to revise Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 from your science book. Chapter 1, Living and Non-Living Things. Chapter 2, Human Body. Now, when we look around, we see birds, animals, trees and human beings. These are all living things. Rocks, cars, tables, etc. around us are non-living things. Now, on what basis are we saying what is living and what is non-living? Living things move. We move using legs. Birds fly using their wings. Fish swim, but non-living things cannot move. Even plants can move. They are living things. They can move in a certain way. Not the way we move, but they can move. Living things grow. They grow with time. Non-living things do not grow. Living things breathe. We breathe through our nose. Then, plants breathe through stomata, which are tiny openings in their leaves. Fish breathe through gills, but non-living things do not breathe. Living things reproduce, like human beings give birth to babies. Then, certain animals also give birth to babies, and certain animals lay eggs. From the eggs come young ones called hatchlings. Plants also reproduce. Plants reproduce through seeds, roots, stems and leaves. Now we come to the next feature and we say that plants, human beings and animals, these are all living things and they feel changes around them. Non-living things do not feel any changes. Very important, we all need food. All living things need food. Non-living things do not need food. Plants make their own food. They use air, water and sunlight. Animals eat plants or other animals, and human beings eat plants and animals. Living things give out wastes from their body. Non-living things do not show any of these features. All living things have a lifespan. That means they live up to a certain period, and this, if we observe, we'll be able to clearly see what is living and what is non-living. Now, Chapter 2 on the human body. When we talk about the human body, the first thing we say is a cell. What is the cell? It's the smallest part of present in the human body, but we cannot see it. There are millions of cells inside. Then many cells together form a tissue. Different tissues make an organ, and many organs get together to form an organ system to perform a special function. Heart. Heart is an internal organ. It pumps blood through blood vessels to all the other parts of the body. The brain, which is very, very important, it's an internal organ, very soft, so protected by the skull. It helps us to think and it sends messages to different parts of the body. Then lungs. They are a part of the respiratory system. They are protected by the rib cage. Kidneys, two bean-shaped kidneys are present to remove waste from the body. Liver is the largest gland in the body. Bones, there are 206 bones. They give shape to the body. They form the skeleton. The digestive system, when we talk about, the organs are mouth, food pipe, small intestine and large intestine. When we talk about the respiratory system, nose, windpipe and lungs. We breathe through the nose. Then the air passes through the windpipe and goes to the lungs, where the oxygen is used by the body and carbon dioxide is thrown out. When we are talking about breathing, we must also talk about deep breathing. Deep breathing is very healthy and it has many advantages. But if we are breathing, we need fresh air. And see what is happening today? Pollution. What is causing this pollution? Smoke. Poisonous gases from factories and poisonous gases from vehicles too. Air pollution is a major challenge today and we must reduce it by planting trees, by getting our vehicles checked, and that would help to keep the environment very safe on our planet. Now, both these lessons you must read from your book. Take up the difficult words and learn their spellings and learn some of these things that we discussed today. It was very nice being able to revise both the lessons with you.